Recording the session. And how we can learn this particular the subject or the programming language, how it is going to help us in a career, and what kind of jobs we can expect after learning this course. So these are the concepts for what we're going to discuss about today. So when you talk about the ABAP demo class here, the first thing is we need to talk about the ABAP programming language, right? So who introduced this one? Who built this particular programming language? When you talk about who built this particular programming language, it is nothing but SAP. SAP. A lot of people call this as a SAP, but it is not a SAP. It is a SAP. It's like a short form. So what is SAP stands for? SAP stands for Systems, Applications, okay, Products in Data Processing. That's a full form of SAP. SAP stands for Systems, Application, Products in Data Processing. Okay, now the question is, okay, what is this SAP? Okay, the very like in a layman language. Lot of people who is working in the IT field, they're already aware of it, what is SAP. But anyone coming from the college directly as a fresher, if you want to learn this particular course, you need to know what is this SAP, right? SAP is nothing but an organization, just like Microsoft, right? What Microsoft will do? A Microsoft is a IT company or IT product based company which design and develop the products which is related to industry, information technology industry, right? So what kind of products they develop? Operating systems, like all the Microsoft related office tools like Word, we have a PowerPoint, Excel, and all this stuff. Apart from that, even they have a SQL, that's like I can say database system, and they have a CRM system. They have a lot of other applications. So Microsoft build applications. It's a products. According to them, they call it a product. But being as end users, we are using them like we can say it's like a application. Operating system is an application, right? Everything is an application. So similarly, SAP is also building the products. That's the reason we call it applications or products they're building. So SAP is building up plenty of products. So what kind of products is SAP building? When you talk about SAP product, the first thing we need to discuss about ERP. Okay, I'm sorry, where did I enter this? The first thing we need to talk about ERP. What is ERP stands for? Enterprise Resource Planning. Okay, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. SAP is a market leader for ERP products. We have all other competitors in the market, just like Microsoft, Siebel, and we have all other systems, all other companies which they're building the ERP products. ERP is a package they're introducing into the market. They already used, like Oracle also, they have a ERP system. But comparing with all other competitors or all other organizations, SAP is a market leader for ERP system. So it's a top company, 70% occupied in the world, SAP. So by this, we can understand that if you learn SAP, you have a plenty of jobs. 70% of market, every manufacturing industry in the world, they're using SAP. Every manufacturing industry, including like you can say automobiles, pharmaceuticals, you can say any kind of the electronics, electricals. So each and every manufacturing industry, something is like a building, like a water bottling, Coke, you have a Pepsi, everyone using SAP. So SAP is providing a solutions for each and every kind of business. Okay, let's get into first what is a ERP system. ERP is nothing but enterprise resource planning. So what exactly this particular software, people call it is a software. Okay, some people call it is a package. Some people call it is a group of applications. Okay, so when you say software, it is not a single software. Okay, it is a group of applications, or I can say package. This two will be like a more relevant, I can say, the terms when you talk about the ERP. So we learned about ERP is not a single application or single software. ERP contains a multiple products or multiple software. It's a group of applications. So we call this ERP. So what is this applications are involved or into this particular package or into this particular group? That is what we're going to learn. Okay, before learning into that, how this ERP is going to help the business, how they're going to provide the solutions to the business. Let's say, for example, I want to start a bank. Let's say I have a lot of money, just assume that, and I'm very much interested into the banking sector, and I want to start a banking business. Okay, so I want to start a banking business. For example, let's say XXY. This is my bank name. I decided, okay, I just named out my bank name is XXY, and I started planning to build this organization. So I'm started creating a plan for this. So what I need if I want to start this particular organization or company, what do you need? You need first manpower, right? You need infrastructure. You need money, right? Manpower, infrastructure, money. Then you need plan, and you need goal. What else you need, right? So these are the basics, essentials for in case if you want to start any kind of a banking institutions or financial institution. Let's talk about manpower. Manpower is nothing but all the human resource. Falls under manpower. Infrastructure is nothing but all furniture. Okay, furniture, and what else, systems, computers, and I can say all IT related items. Okay, so etc falls under into infrastructure. Okay, then what is the next one? Money. Money is nothing but investment. Okay, next, what is a plan? Plan is nothing but what do you want to do down the line for next 3 months or next 6 months. That's a plan. Next is 3 months, what is the plan? What do you want to do? Next 6 months, what do you want to do? What do you want to achieve? Then what is your goal? In 6 months, I want in 3 months, for example, next 3 months, I want to sell 1,000 credit cards and 100 house loans. I want to get 100 house loans. Then 500 auto loans, etc. etc. This is my goal to reach in 6 months. All right, so I have a plan, I have a goal, and I have a manpower, I have an infrastructure, right? So then how you can achieve your goal, right? How we can achieve this goal? Then we need to have a plan, but we have a plan also, but how we can implement this plan, right? So it's a very simple. You have an enterprise. This is your company name. Company name is nothing but organization, or I can say enterprise or company in different words, whatever the word you want to use it. Okay, so you have, I'm going to use here enterprise. Okay, so I have a company name, I have all the resources, I have a plan also. So how we can implement this plan? So it's very simple. When you have a business, if you want to run any kind of business like this, so how effectively you can utilize these resources? These are all the resources. The 3 points are resources. How effectively you can utilize these resources? Okay, how effectively you can utilize these resources and implement your plan. That exactly is nothing but ERP. Enterprise resource plan. In your enterprise, how effectively you can utilize the resources, or you can plan how effectively you can utilize the resources. You can plan it. The planning is planning how effectively you utilize your resources is nothing but your ERP. Okay, let's get into this one. This is now I got a clarity on this. Any business is required a ERP system because any business has resources, manpower, infrastructure, money, investment. Any business has a plan, and every business has a goals. Let it be irrespective of what kind of a domain they are into, what kind of a stream they are into, irrespective of hospitality, automobile, electronics, electricals, you can say manufacturing sectors, IT sectors. Even IT sectors also required a SAP system. Even they don't manufacture anything, right? How we can say that SAP is required for even IT? They're not. They are non-manufacturing companies. That we're going to see that one. So now we got one clarity. Every company has resources and plan and goal. So they required a software. What kind of software they need? How they can successfully run their business? If they want to run their business successfully, they need a software to monitor, store, track, and help them to understand how they're running the business, whether they're running towards to the profit or towards to the loss. So to do this one, they want to make it automated. If they want to make it automated, they need a application or software that will take care of automatically based on whatever the input or data they enter on regular basis, on daily basis, right? So what kind of software these companies need? Let's take, for example, SAP has been divided the software into two categories. Okay, SAP applications are divided into two different categories. What are these two different categories? Let's talk about these two. One, functional modules. Okay, let's talk about what is a functional module. Very simple. Functional modules is nothing but SD, sales and distribution, material management, HR, human resource, financial and controlling, warehouse management, okay, production planning, etc., etc. We have a lot of other things. So all these things comes into SD, MM, FICO, warehouse management, production planning, HR. All these things comes under functional module. Other module is nothing but technical modules. What is this technical modules? A technical modules is nothing but BW, ABAP, HANA, basis. Okay, what else will get into this technical module? Or I can say we have a lot of other things. BODS, business objects, BOBJ. I can say SAC, SAP application cloud system. I can say then one. What else we have? Etc. Etc. Right? These are all the technical modules. So what is the difference in between functional module and technical module? Let's talk about SD, sales and distribution. For example, let's say that you go to a car showroom, you want to buy a BMW. Okay, once you reach to the car showroom, you go inside it, you'll speak to a representative, or I can say that sales representative. That guy is going to help you and show you, sir, which model do you want? And he will ask you all these questions. You explain to him whatever the model you're interested. He start giving you all the like a demo or walkthrough, interior, exterior, and all the features, everything about that particular model. Wonderful. Okay, you like that car. Then immediately you say that I want to buy this car today itself. I have a cash. I can pay by cash or I can pay by check. Whatever the way you want, like in a mode of the payment, I'm ready to pay it. But right now I want this car within 1 hour or within a 5 hours. What the answer you're going to get from the person? Not only from the showroom, any other showrooms, if you go, they're not going to give you the car within 1 hour or within the same day, right? Why? There is a procedure where they need to follow, right? Whenever they get a purchase order, this is nothing but a purchase order. We're talking about internal business process, how it will happen. When they get an order, like they want to purchase something from the customer says, I want to purchase something. They need to take that and they start the purchase order, they process it. They will go and check into the warehouse whether the stock is available for this car. Okay, the all the showroom cars are not like, it's only for display purpose. They're not going to give it to the customers immediately, directly. So they have a stock in the warehouses or godowns. They look into the stock and whether the stock is available or not. If it is available, they will tell you, sir, within 2 days or 3 days or whatever the maximum immediate like next availability they will give you. Otherwise they will ask you to wait for 1 month or 2 months in case if it is a really hot cake or hot selling product. This is how the car industry works in India, right? So why they're not giving immediately, though the customer is ready to pay the payment? Because there is a process. That's a sales process. That's only the sales representative aware of that, because that guy is working in that particular field for many years and he has a lot of experience on that. So whenever he get a request from the customer wants to purchase any product, he will take that order and he will make sure that we will take all the details from the customer. He will send it process, start immediately processing that. He will send it for like, the backend team checking into the inventory, whether the stock is available or not. They will get the approvals from the manager. Then they will check the what is the price, what is the on the road price and everything. And then they will check that whether the person is providing a loan or not, like directly paying a cash and all this stuff. So it will take some time to complete this process, right? Okay, we don't understand because we are a normal people. We are not working into the showrooms. We are not a sales representative. We don't understand that language. Only the people who understand that, whoever is working in that particular sector, right? And go to the next. Let's take one more example. Let's say that you got a job into the Infosys and you cleared all the rounds. They offered you a job. Then immediately they're going to tell you that, okay, April 25th is going to be your joining date. Then what happens? You're going to get a couple of mails from HR, human resource. What they're going to do? They will ask you fill this form, and I'm going to send you the links or documents to you. Fill all these documents and send it back to what they're collecting all the information from you, your personal information, your professional information, your experiences, and all your company details, your date of birth, your education qualifications, and everything. They collect all this information, they start feeding into their system, and they will create employee number. They will create like, payroll. They'll add you into the payroll, all this stuff. But being as an employee, I'm a person who's waiting for a job. I'm not aware of all this process. I'm thinking why they're taking a lot of time. They can just create in my employee ID in one day, right? Why they're taking this many days, like, creating like a onboarding, we call it's onboarding process, right? Why onboarding process like a 25th? Why 10 days or 15 days of time? Why not in 2 days or 3 days? We don't understand the process behind how this business is running, right? What is a human resource? How they onboarding the employees? That's a big process again. Who can understand? Only the HR personnel, HR executive can understand. So what does it mean? There is a certain domains of fields. Only people can understand, whoever is working in that particular area. Rest of all, it is not easy for them to understand. For example, let's say human resource. Human resource is nothing but like, you whenever the people the qualification they have a MBA, and it will be easy for them to understand like a business administration kind of stuff and everything, right? You have a specialization into you can take it a human resource on something like that. Sales and distributions. Sales and distributions, you can say that, for example, you have a kind of like a certification courses you can do. Otherwise, normal person also can go ahead and join, but initially doesn't understand anything. Going based on his experience level keep increasing, he will understand. Let's go to the financial, one more example, the final example. Let's take about like how you receiving a salary in a company. How your company is paying you salary every month. 31st you'll get a salary, 30th or 31st end of the month, right? There is a financial team in every company. They will be like, processing all the salaries on 30th. So only those people knows that to whom they need to process, what is the salary structure, and what is the tax they need to deduct it, and what is the investment, the incoming amount they're getting, and how much they need to pay for each candidate. Depends on like their experience level, they can understand. They have like a, not only for the salary parts, apart from that they will maintain the company accounts also, right? What is a debit, what is a credit, and all this stuff. We don't understand these things. Only people who completed their like MBAs, or I can say the financial BCom or accounts or commerce CA, they can understand this, right? So basically what you need to do is very simple, clear, short and simple, clear method. We need to understand functional modules is nothing but, it is not for everyone. It is only for the people who are like good into that particular domain. If you have a knowledge into that area, accounts, go for FICO. If you have a knowledge into the material management, go for material management. If you have a knowledge into human resource, go for human resource. Or if you have any kind of like a education qualification, then they will understand this process more clear. For example, let's say I'm a person, I'm from like, and I can say I'm from computer application background. If you ask me to learn SAP FICO, it will be for me like a Chinese language. I don't understand anything because I don't have any basic knowledge on what is accounts. We don't have a basic knowledge. It will be very difficult for me to understand what is a accounts, debit, what is a balance sheet, and all this stuff, right? Similarly, that's exactly how it is applies to the function model. Function modules is not for everyone. Okay, only the people who have a basic knowledge into that particular domains, they can understand, they can learn, it is easy for them. But again, I'm telling you, nobody is going to restrict you. If you are very much interested, though you don't have any basic knowledge into any particular domain, but you say that I am very much interested to learn FICO, yes, you are welcome. You can go and learn it. I'm very much interested to learn sales and distribution, but I don't have any basic knowledge. Can I learn this one? Yes, it's completely depends on your personal interest. Nobody no, it doesn't matter that like I can say that it's only for the few people. No, it's irrespective of like whether you have a basic knowledge or you have experience or not. It's completely depends on your personal. Though the guy has a 10 years experience into accounts, he wants to learn FICO. If he doesn't have a personal interested, then there is no use of for them to learn, right? So that's how it happens. That's a functional modules. Functional module is nothing but it, how the business is functioning, that are going to help this, all this application is going to help you to function your business successfully. That's the reason we call it as a functional modules. Coming back to technical modules, a technical module and functional module, the major difference in between these two is technical module doesn't require any domain knowledge. Like you need to have a sales knowledge or warehouse management knowledge or production planning knowledge or HR knowledge. Those are all domain knowledge. But technical module doesn't require any domain knowledge. Let's talk about technical module. First, I mentioned here business warehouse, SAP BI. A lot of people also call it is a SAP BI or BW. Okay, so business warehouse is nothing but it's going to be data warehousing system, a data warehousing application, which will help you to connect with your database systems, where you can fetch the data and you can build the data models. We can use it for analytical purpose. Okay, so where we can use historical data, where we can do some analysis on this and you can build the data models. That's a business warehousing. It doesn't require any kind of business knowledge for you. It doesn't require any kind of a domain knowledge for you. Going back to ABAP. ABAP is the major topic here, right? What is ABAP stands for here? Advanced Business Applications Programming Language. That's a ABAP. So ABAP is nothing but a programming language, just like C, C++, Java. How all the BTech students or like a fresh graduated students, how they're jumping into Java in like whenever they come out from the college, immediately they're going to select a Java or .NET. So these are all the programming languages, right? C Sharp, C++, and all the stuff. So similarly, ABAP is also a programming language, just like a C++ or Java, but ABAP is SAP own developed programming language. It is designed and developed by SAP. So in SAP, all these application you see SDMM functional modules and technical modules, we have almost like a 50 plus modules in SAP, 50 plus modules, including functional and technical. So all these modules designed by using ABAP program language. Now you can understand how powerful it is. So if you know ABAP, you can build all these kind of applications as well also. So all SAP modules built by using the ABAP programming language. That's a center of SAP. So that's how importance is ABAP for SAP. Going back to HANA, HANA is a database system just like a SQL, but SAP HANA, we can also use it as a data analytical purpose also. We can build the data models. Okay, then basis is nothing but system administration. If you want to install the SAP servers and SAP applications, if you want to configure everything, you want to create the users, you want to like configure the servers and all this stuff, connecting the servers, these are all the system administration activities that will be taken care by under this particular team. That's a basis. This course will teach you how to install and configure and maintain the servers, SAP servers, all the SAP servers. Then business objects data services, BODS. Business objects data services is nothing but it is an ETL tool. ETL stands for enterprise transactional process, enterprise, extract, transform and load. ETL. Extract, transform and load. So we use this ETL tool to connect to the source system. Source system is nothing but any database system. If you want to fetch the data from one system and load into another system, we use the ETL tool called BODS. We have another ETL tool called Informatica. Okay, so these are all the tools what we use it for, like extracting the transform and loading the data. That's a BODs. Business objects. Business objects is a group of products like we have a web intelligence, we have a design studio, we have a dashboards, we have a lot of other applications involved into this where business objects. Business objects is nothing but it is a reporting tool where we can connect to SAP HANA system or SAP BW systems to create the reports. These are all the backend systems. We call it as a backend systems. We can connect to these tools or systems and we can fetch the data, and based on the data, we can create the reports. SS is nothing but application cloud system. So this is a very new product to the SAP system. It's recently introduced like 3 to 4 years back. It is a cloud reporting system. So like this, we have a plenty of technical modules. All these technical modules is completely depends on your personal interest, which area you want to get into. It doesn't require any kind of business knowledge or domain knowledge. So this is a major difference in between functional modules and technical modules. Let's talk about our major tool called ABAP. Okay, this is a star of the topic, like ABAP. So ABAP is nothing but we just discussed. It's a programming language. You might have heard about all the C++ and all this stuff, right? In your college days, there might be could be a chances learning Java or C++ or C, any programming language, right? Similar, it is also programming language. Okay, so before jumping into this one, what is the use of this programming language? How this programming language is going to help us, right? It's very simple. It is going to help organizations to manipulate, insert, create the data, okay, which is stored in the database systems. Okay, you said that it is going to help the organizations to manipulate, insert, create, and create the data which is stored in the database, and I can design the data also. I can do a lot of other things. Not only these are also only very few features what I can do by using ABAP programming. I can control hold the data also. I can fetch the data. I can display the data. I can format the data. Okay, so I can edit the data. I can insert the data. I can create, delete the data. I can do a lot of things, manipulating, and I can do everything. But one thing you're saying that it is stored in the database system. How the database system is connected to the SAP? Let's learn that first. Then we can jump into what is ABAP. So first thing is how this ABAP SAP system, we talk about ERP, right? ERP is enterprise resource planning. It is a group of applications. All these applications falls under ERP, all the functional modules, not technical modules. Technical models is not part of the ERP system. So it's a enterprise resource planning. For example, let's say that I have SD here. Okay. Then I have MM here, material management. I have a HR here, human resource. I have, for example, let's say production planning here, factory, production planning. I have a warehouse management. Okay. For example, let's say that there is a customer. Okay. This customer wants to purchase, for example, let's say for example, we are running Apple company. Our company is Apple company. Apple company manufacture what? Apple products. What is that? Major is iPhone. Okay. Apple company doesn't sell the phones directly to the end customers like us. They will sell it to all the distributors, right? Stockists or distributors. For example, let's say in India, we have a Big C, we have a Sangeet, they will sell it to them, Reliance Mobiles, right? So for them, they will sell. For example, let's say we have a distributor. In India, we have a one distributor. They said that they selling the iPhone 13. So this distributor is getting us so many requests, new phones. Every day somebody is coming and asking, sir, we need to buy a new phone. So this distributor is right now running out of stock. So they contact to the Apple company. They contact to the sales and distribution department. They say that, hey, sir, we need 1,000 mobiles, sir, on immediate basis. Can you please process this order? What the sales and distribution department is going to do? They're going to check with the materials and management department. Hey, we received an order for 1,000 iPhone 13 model. Do you have a stock? Right? Immediately this immediately this material management is checking whether they have a stock available or not. They found that stock is not available. What they do is they're going to inform to the sales and distribution, hey, stock is not available. So we need to start manufacturing. Then what they will do, the material management department, immediately they're going to contact to the vendors. Okay, who is this vendors? Our vendors is nothing but who supplies the raw material. For example, screen, iPhone screens, whatever 6.5 inches or anything. Then iPhone cables, right? Cables also. Okay. Then what else they can do it? Cables. Then I can say, one second, I'm not getting this. All right. Cables, then batteries, then screens, then you have a cases and all the stuff. The request a vendor, multiple vendor will supply all this, not one person, right? They will order to all these vendors, please supply these many raw materials. Okay, these vendors will supply the raw materials to the material management section. Then immediately what they will do, they will send it to the warehouse. They stock into the warehouse. Then immediately material management is going to ask you to the production planning. The factory people start manufacturing 1,000 mobile phones of iPhone 13. People will say, sir, if you want to manufacture for 1,000 iPhones, then whatever the employees or number of labor we have, that is not enough. I need at least like another couple of additional resource. Then production planning is going to contact the HR department. Hey, HR department, can you please provide some additional resources, additional labor to us? Okay, they will check that whether the additional resource is available or not. Otherwise, they will start recruiting on immediate basis because they got lot of orders. So they will send it to the factory. The factory people start manufacturing. They will complete this 1,000 mobile phone manufacturing. They're going to immediately they're going to inform to the sales and distribution. The sales and distribution is going to inform to the customer, hey, your order is ready. We'll distribute in 1 or 2 days. If you see here, what's happening exactly here? Each and every, if you see that this is a company, this company is called Apple. This Apple company has a lot of departments, internal departments, sales and distribution, material, HR, warehousing, production planning, and vendors. What these guys are doing, they're keep communicating. They're communicating with each other. They're communicating and exchanging the data with each other. So what does it mean? They're running a business. This is how the business runs in any company, any manufacturing company. So they need to connect with the different departments with each other. Sometimes the outside people, who is outside people here? The outside people here is going to be the two. I can see that one is customer is outside person, vendor is also outside person. Remaining all the people are internal company related people. But they're connecting with outside people and internal people. They're connecting with each other, exchanging the data, and they're storing all this data. So they're running the process, they're running the business. But one thing, if you understand here clearly, you should get an answer here. Sir, when the customer contacts to the sales and department for 1000 mobile phones, I have a question here. Why the sales and department is contacting to the manufacturing material management for whether you have a stock available or not? Why they are not getting that information here itself? Why this information is not available for this department? Why they're depending on to the material management department? That's a valid question, right? They should know whether the stock is available or not. Why they're asking to other? For what in case if the material management department is a busy for, like, very important meeting, then this guy doesn't know whether the stock is available or not. Then your business is not running properly. You have a dependency on each department, right? Why these people, production planning department is not aware of whether they have a human resources or not, enough human resources or not, enough labor or not? Why they're asking HR department to provide all this information, right? They have a dependency again, right? So to avoid this dependency, this is not a centralized system. It is an individual department is maintaining the individual information. HR department maintaining only their department information. They don't have access to other departments information. Production planning department is maintaining how many products they're manufacturing. They don't have information about the human resource. Okay, so this is not a right business approach. What you required, we need a centralized enterprise management system. Centralized enterprise management system. So all the departments connecting to one centralized location where they can share and distribute the data. They don't have any dependence if you have this kind of system. So what is this system is called? The system is called ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. So anytime sales and distribution get an order, they're going to fill this order. The information will store here. Anytime material management will get a stock, they're going to fill the stock information. That data will store here. So all the departments data store into one place. That is a one database system. So we need to fetch it whatever is required. Do you want HR data? We have a separate HR tables. You want SD data? We have a separate SD table. So all these departments data will be storing under tables, because a database system contains a table. Any database, let it be Microsoft SQL, Cbase, or I can say Teradata, or SAP HANA database system, or Oracle system. These are all the database management systems. Any database management system, if you open it, it contains a table. This is where exactly the data stores inside the database system. What is a table? A table is nothing but a rows and columns. Any table contains rows and columns. These tables are stored inside the database. A database contains a multiple or plenty of tables, depends on what is your requirement. Since I have so many departments here, so many, I can say function modules here. I have like thousands of tables in SAP database system. This is how we are going to connect for database system by using our ABAP programming, and we'll fetch the data, we'll display the data into the output whenever the customer required. This is exactly the job of SAP ABAPer. ABAPer write a program to get into the database system and search for which table they want it. Sometimes they will connect to the tables also, 1, 2, 3 tables or 4 tables also. They will fetch all the data, they will display into the output. They will ask you like this: hey, can you please show me that Hyderabad region, how many sales we made in 2021 from August to December? Can you please write a code? And we need a one program. Whenever I click on execute that program, it has to display Hyderabad sales data for 2021 from August to December. Then the ABAPer will start writing the coding and what tables you need to connect it, what region you need to connect it, and what is the duration. August to December, Hyderabad is a place. He will fetch only that particular records from outside of the database system. Then he will display as an output. It's only getting the data and displaying. This is only the ABAP. Not only that, we can even control the data, and we can even filter the data. We can restrict the data. We can create a forms. We can do a lot of things. That is exactly what we're going to learn it. It's only the few things I'm just explaining to you. That is a ABAPer job. All right. So when you talk about this database system, so we're connecting to the database system. We're searching or fetching the data from the database system and displaying. But sir, I have one question. How many database systems every company has? So every company has one ERP system. There will be one database system, that is a common, but the landscape will be this different. We call it is a system landscape. Okay. System landscape. All right. What is a system landscape? What is, people sometimes in interview ask you, what is a landscape in your company? What is a system landscape or architecture company? It's very simple. Any company, there will be three systems. One is development server. We call it the servers. The second one is quality server. Third one is production server. Very few companies will have in between pre-production server. As of now, in my experience, almost like 20 plus, I have seen only 2 companies has this additional, but rest of all the companies, 1, 2, 3. If you talk about ERP system, 3 systems. If you talk about like HANA systems, 3 systems. If you talk about like a BW systems, 3 systems. Any system, any module you take, there will be 3 systems. But functional modules, all the data will be storing into one place. And technical modules, BW, there will be 3 BW systems. And HANA system, 3 HANA systems. BODS, 3. It's kind of everything is 3 systems will be there. Okay, that is a development, quality, and production. You design and develop everything here. As a ABAPer, you will have a create, edit, change access here. Once you develop it, for testing purpose, whether it is working or not, we will transfer the data, or we can also call transport the data to the next systems. Okay, so that is a quality system. In the quality system, we will check whether the code is working or not based on the requirement, whether I have provided a proper features, proper product I design and develop. I'm going to test it everything in the quality. If it is quality check is okay, okay, now it is good, people can start using. Then we will transport to the production system. The production system is nothing but where all the end users will start connecting. All your company, every employee connected to the production system. All these company employees, they're not aware of, they have a 3 systems, 4 systems. They will know only one system. That is a production system. What in case if something goes wrong, if you get any error here, then we'll send it back to the development. And again, they will send it back to quality, quality to production. This is called software development life cycle, SDLC. It's kind of a cycle, right? Software development life cycle. So we develop, move to quality, move to prod, something goes wrong, We will again fix it in the development system, again move to quality, move to prod. Something goes wrong, we will again fix into the development system. So during the development process, we call it as a project. We can say it's like a development project, or I can say implementation project. Once you move everything to the production, something goes wrong, we will take care it as a production support. We can say enhancements of production support. So there will be two different types of projects in any company. Okay, one is will be implementation project, other one will be production support project. For example, you get a job in any company as a ABAPer or BW or anything, you need to ask them one question. Are you like implementing something freshly, or is it already implemented? We need to provide a production support. Is it a production support or is it implementation? They will tell you 90% of time it's a production support, because most of the companies they're already built. But there are certain companies, 10% of companies, they will be freshly started the SAP system. So they will start building freshly from the scratch. Then if you get into that kind of project, you will be lucky enough because you will learn a lot of things. If it is a production support, simple, you will get the tickets with errors. You need to go and fix the errors and again move to prod. That is a production support. This is a common for any company. There will be only two types of projects. Okay, so these kind of stuff we're going to learn in this course, real-time concepts. Not only learning the subject, we're also talking about how the things happens inside the company, inside the project. So for example, let's say you develop some certain object here. How do you transport to the next landscape? Quality. And what is the process? If you want to transport to the quality, we need to contact to the basis team. We'll inform to the basis team, hey, I would like to transport one program to quality system. Then we need to create a instant. How do we create the instant? Instant is nothing but a ticket, complaint ticket. There is a tools again. In companies, the tools we use called ServiceNow. Sometimes we have a different tools also, but 95% of companies, they use ServiceNow as a ticketing tool. We also call it as a ITL tool. So ticketing tool is nothing but a ServiceNow. We use the ServiceNow ticket. We'll create a ticket. We'll assign to the group, basis group. They will forward. They will inform to us. Then how do you move to production? Is it simply transporting to production? No, there will be a process called change management board. We also call CCB, change control board, change management board, or like change CB also. Some companies call it a CB, change board. So what is this? Is nothing but every week there will be one time or two times, depends on the company policy, a change management meeting. That meeting we need to attend. We need to present which code or which product or which development objects you are moving to product, and what is this model. Is it going to impact any other programming areas? You need to explain them. They will provide you approval. There will be project managers, change managers. They will ask you question. They will approve on the spot. Once they get the approval, then send it to the basis team. Basis team will start moving the transport from quality to production. This is a real-time concept. So these real-time concept in normal institutes, wherever you go, they're not going to teach you. So by learning this real-time concept, what is the use? Comparing with other institutes and learning here. It's very simple, guys. Simply learn the subject and jump into the job. You go to the first day of the job. Hey, they will ask you that, connect to the servers. You don't know how many servers are there. We learn there is a 3 servers: development, quality, production. You design something because you learn the codes. You are very good in the codes. In the skills, you learn all the skills. You design the program. Now what? You need to transport. How do you transport? What is the process? Do you go and ask the team members? If you go and ask the team members, if you join as a fresher, it is well and good. But if you join as an experienced person, they're going to catch up to you. Hey man, you don't know, you have a 2 years experience, 3 years experience. How did you do all these things in a 2 years? You're coming back and asking me. It's a very simple. Transporting to quality, there is a process. You need to create a ticket. That information you need to have. That will prove you that you have a real-time experience. If you don't have that information, it is easy for them to catch you up. You are a fake candidate. So if you learn these things, you need to go to your team and ask them, hey boss, how do we transport the objects? What is the process we follow? Do you follow a ServiceNow ticketing tool? Do we need to create a ticketing? If you ask like this, that guy will think that, oh, you have experience. Then they will tell you, no, we are not using ServiceNow, we are using a different tool. Otherwise, yes, we are using a ServiceNow ticketing tool and we need to create a ticket and assign it. This is, you need to show them that you have a real-time experience. Otherwise, they will catch you within a week or 10 days time, they will throw it out from the company. It's getting a job is very easy, but surviving in a job is very difficult. So we need to survive in the job. That's what exactly we're going to learn in this course. Not only learning the subject, we're going to learn all the real-time concepts on regular basis that will help you to survive and stay into your job. All right. So this is a basic information about SAP, ABAP. It's a very basic introduction. We're going to talk about this in coming session. Yes, sir. Any questions? Go ahead and shoot it to me. Any questions?